everybody. It's Chris Eads, and our line is Wootini, with another gay gamer video podcast for y'all. This week, I went to the movies to finally see Paddington in Peru. It actually came out 2 weeks ago, but it came out the same week as Captain America, and I wanted to see that in IMAX 3D. And I said, well, I'll see it next week, except the next week, The Monkey came out, and I wanted to see that more, so I put off Paddington another week. It was still a relatively crowded screening, though. It was a matinee, so there were a bunch of kids. And weirdly, there was a father and a son in the row next to me, and as the movie, he sat through all the previews, eating popcorn, the movie starts, and in the opening credits, I swear to God, I heard him lean in and say to his father, "I don't like this." And they got up and left. And I thought, maybe I misheard, and he's just taking him to the bathroom. But they took everything with them, the coats and everything, and they never came back. And I'm just like, what? How do you know you don't like a movie right in the beginning like this? What? I don't know. That was weird. But hey, he missed a good movie. I mean, it's not as good as the first two, obviously. The first Paddington movie was a surprise at how good it was. And then the second Paddington movie was even more of a surprise that the sequel was actually kind of better than the first one. However, the driving force behind it has moved on to do the Wonka movies, so this is a new director and new writers, and I looked up the writers on the IMDb, and some of them have written for the Paddington cartoon show or something, so I'm like, okay, they know the character of Paddington, so fine. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as the other two. There wasn't as much charm and humor. It gets really bogged down in this Indiana Jones adventure of Paddington and the Browns going to Peru to search for his Aunt Lucy, which leads them on this whole Indiana Jones adventure through the jungle and ruins and everything, and it's the Paddington chaos, but it feels a little forced, and the Browns don't really have as much to do here. I will say that Olivia Colman was hilarious. She's very funny. And her character was great. The Antonio Banderas character, less great. He had some fun mugging things to do, but I feel like he just didn't go all in with it, so it was a little disappointing. But overall, it was fine. I'm not mad that I sat through it. But it wasn't as good as the first two, and I don't think that I would be buying a Blu-ray of this to put on the shelf next to the other two, because I'm not really sure this is one that I'm going to want to watch a bunch of times. But it wasn't the horrible disappointment I was afraid it was going to be. So, yay for that. As for games, I want to start by mentioning that Sony announced the PlayStation Plus games for March, and it includes Dragon Age Veilguard, which came out 4 months ago. What? That's insane. I know it didn't do that well, but I didn't think it did that poorly. But I guess EA was like, hey, Sony, give us some money and we'll let you put it up for free. And then they can make some money back, I guess. I don't really know how it all works, but I would like to play this. I like the last Dragon Age game. Although, I will say that, as I understand it, they kind of changed some of the gameplay. It's not really an open world, and they changed the combat, so it's combo based and I guess more actiony or whatever. So I'm this is perfect because it's a PlayStation Plus game. I can just download it as part of my subscription, give it a try. If I don't like it, if I only make it part of the way through and I say, no skin off my teeth. I've just wasted time, not money. So that'll be good. The thing is that I can't start playing it yet because I'm playing way too many other games. So normally I'd be like, yay, I can't wait to download this next week. Except no, because I'm still in the middle of Starfield, and there's still so much Starfield left to play because that game is freaking huge and you can play it forever and it will never end. I did play a good chunk of Starfield at the beginning of last week, knowing that there are updates coming for Nikki and Disney, so I made a point of not playing that and playing a lot of Starfield because I knew I wouldn't be playing it later in the week. unfortunately, one of the missions that I decided to do, one of these like side mission things, I did like an errand, and I followed up on a distress call, and the guy's like, hey, can you help fix our satellites, our communication satellites? I said, sure, no problem. The problem is, I wasn't thinking, those are in space, which means you have to shoot out this, you have to fight all the spacers around them and then fix the satellite, which means space combat, which I hate because I am not good at it. So yeah, that was rough. I did eventually make it through, and the end of the mission, you're on a space station and you're shooting them with guns the way it's meant to be, in person, face to face. So I'm much better at killing spacers that way. So then I played some Starfield, and then unfortunately, there were updates to Disney and Nikki. So Disney Dreamlight Valley had a new update which introduced Aladdin and Jasmine to the game. And it was actually really fun because you go to their realm and you go to Agrabah, and it's all messed up because there's like tornadoes tearing the place apart, and you have to like avoid the tornadoes and like navigate around, navigate the rooftops, and try to you have to go find Aladdin, and then together you try to rescue Carpet, and it was great fun, and I very much enjoyed that. And you get to go on a magic carpet ride with Aladdin, which was fun. And then, of course, once you finish that, then they come to the valley. First Jasmine, and then you have to go back to get Aladdin, but you don't have to do anything extra. You just go back and get him. And then, annoyingly, like, before he comes to the valley, he's like, oh, by the way, me and Carpet are coming, but Abu is not coming. And I'm like, hello, like, I don't want Carpet as a companion following me around the village, which, I mean, I am doing right now. But I would like to have Abu as a companion to follow me around the village. Like, that's what you want. He's like, he might come later, we don't know. So I thought maybe he would be one of the parts of the Star Path that they have also begun. But unfortunately, I did not see him. So I don't know if they have any plans to bring Abu over at any point in the game, or any DLC or anything. But that just seems stupid. Because also, like, now that they're in the village, and I had to set up their house, which made me totally have to start using the islands, which I hadn't been using them. But now I'm like, no, I have to move shit to the islands because I need space for more houses. And the thing is that one of the quests that you do for Aladdin, one of the early quests, is you create your own magic carpet. So instead of gliding around, you fly on a magic carpet, and it's super awesome, and it's my new favorite thing. So I'm like, woohoo! But it is just regular friendship quests now, so I'm like, now I can take my time. But there is the Star Path, which I am now obsessed with doing, and I know that I have like over a month to do it, and I don't need to race through it, but I always just feel the urge and the need to do them as quickly as possible. I don't know why. I want to make sure I don't miss out on any of the rewards, even if it isn't Abu. But I've been playing a lot of Disney, but then I've also been playing a lot of Nikki because Infinity Nikki, they launched the new update, the Eerie season, which of course brings with it, new outfits. 3 new outfits that you can just get for free, which is nice. I appreciate that. And then there's of course the gacha ones, which I refuse to fall for. Like, I will try, if I have enough crystals and diamonds, I'll give it a shot and I'll get pieces. But I rarely ever collect the whole thing because you just really can't. It's just not really possible unless you spend money to get more gacha pulls, and I won't do that. So, like, there's never been an outfit where I'm like, I need that outfit. So, whatevs. The thing about the Eerie season that's a lot of fun is there's a whole other thing with the Bulkwit that, like, you have to, like, help calm it and stuff because the Eerie season freaks it out and whatever, but that's not the fun part of the quest. That's just random side quest things. The main thing in Eerie season is exploring the Queen's Castle, which is super cool because you do it at night and everything's all spooky and there's all these weird characters, and you have this whole adventure. And I unfortunately I think, again, I rushed through it, and I got to a point where they're like, oh, in order to do the next step of the quest, you have to talk to the creepy talking wind-up doll. Except the creepy wind-up doll is asleep, and it won't wake up. And then I noticed that it said that you can start the next quest the next quest unlocks in like 3 days and 9 hours. And I was just like, oh, okay then. We'll be doing that next week. Okay, fine. So I think Monday I'll be able to do it, but we'll see. Monday or Tuesday. But that just meant that I could go do the other side questy things while I waited for the main Eerie Season quest to continue. And then I also need to get back to the main quest because, that's on pause again. And it was funny because I was doing like this random side quest thing, and because I was in the area, and I finished it, and I got a cute backpack, and then it's like, okay, the next step is go look around the Wishing Woods and do this. And I was like, where are the Wishing Woods? Have I been to the Wishing Woods? And when I checked the map, the quest marker was in a whole section of the map that was just completely blank. And I was like, oh, I have not unlocked that yet. So I don't think I can continue this side quest until after I finish the main quest over here in the Stonewoods and finish all of that. Then I guess I could then go and do, maybe then you unlock the Wishing Woods. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Because right now I'm doing Eerie Season stuff, and that's enough to keep me busy so that I don't have time to play anything else like Starfield. Or, God forbid, Dragon Age Veilguard. So, that's enough for this week. Come back next time and see what I've been playing. I'm sure it'll just be Disney and Nikki. We'll see if I'll be able to play any Starfield at all, if I can squeeze it in somewhere. But I can pretty much guarantee you that I will not be downloading Dragon Age Veilguard, because that would be utter insanity, because there is literally no way that I could play 5 games at once. I can barely squeeze in 4. That's why Starfield is falling by the wayside. So, no Dragon Age, not for a bit. So, come back next time and see what I'm playing. Bye!